Hi, my name is Pat Huntoon and I'm the owner and publisher of the Technique Junkie newsletter. Today I'm here to show you a technique called Newsprint Reveal Deluxe. Let's get started. For this technique you need 2 medium or light colored ink pads, dye ink, and 1 dye ink dark color, an anti-static pad, a Versamark pad, a bold style stamp, clear embossing powder, stamping sponges to add color to your piece, a heat tool, a brayer of some sort, a foam brush, plain old school glue, newsprint, and a piece of neutral cardstock. It can be any color as long as it's neutral. Just make sure it's slightly larger than the piece you're going to want at the end. Let's get started. Starting with your neutral cardstock, we're going to take school glue and just put a blob of it on it and use the foam brush to spread it out. You want to get a really good coverage of the school glue on here because you're going to put newsprint over the whole piece. I'm working on a non-stick craft surface. I would suggest that you work on a surface like this because it's easy to clean as you go along, and you will need to keep it clean. Next I'm going to take the pieces of newsprint. Now I've pre-cut my newsprint, and I like to use the column parts. I don't like pictures or great big words like this on the back. I don't like them on the front, so I use columns. This is a bigger piece than I need, but I'm going to tear it in half. And you add glue to this. Make sure you get all of the edges. It's important that your newsprint lies flat, and you want to make sure you get all edge to edge. And I'm just going to tear it in half, and I'm laying it right down on my prepared cardstock piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on there so these pieces actually overlap. Now I'm working up here a little bit because it's important that I don't get any glue on the front of the newsprint, because if you do that, the glue will resist the ink that we're going to add later. So you're just going, oh, that piece is dead. You're just going to keep adding the newsprint piece by piece until the entire cardstock piece is covered. Now, through the magic video, you may have to, I would suggest also that you keep something to keep your workstation clean on hand so that you can wipe the glue off. That's the beauty of school glue. It wipes right up very easily. Through the beauty of video, I have one completed here. I've added all of my newspaper pieces and there's no extra glue. Once you get them all on there though, you do want to take your brayer and you want to flatten those newsprint pieces. They need to be as flat as you can possibly get them so that when we go to the next steps, little pieces don't come up. Now I have my nice flat newsprint. Moving on to the next step, I'm going to take my anti-static bag. You can also use a dryer sheet for this. Anything that'll keep stray flecks of clear detail embossing powder from getting anywhere. You want to wipe that down. And then I'm going to just take this edge, I'm just going to fold it a little bit because it runs over the edge. We're going to trim that off later, but what we want to do is fold it now so I can actually see where the edges of my cardstock are. I want to ink up my bold stamp with Versamark. And I'm going to stamp that where I want it on the cardstock piece. Get a nice good image there, so I'm pressing firmly to make sure that the ink transfers to the newsprint. Lift it up. Add embossing powder. Again, clear detail. You want to get a nice image here, so do that. Clean off my work surface, and you want to emboss that. And again, through the power of video, it's done. Once you have that piece all embossed, you can still see where the newsprint actually comes up through the embossed image. And now we're going to add some ink to this. You start with your lighter color. I like to work bottom up because I find it easier to blend. And you're just going to rub that color using your sponge on the part of the paper where you want that color to show. And you're going to go right over the image. That embossing powder is going to resist where we add ink. You see that? I don't know if you see that it's resisting it somewhat. Now, once you add your bottom color, it's okay to go ahead then and add your other color, your other lighter color, to the top or wherever else you would like it on your piece. So you just add it until the piece is fully inked. Now, you see this, and it's nice, and it looks nice, but I want to take my piece and highlight it more. So what I'm going to do is add a darker color ink right over the top, just where the image is. So I want to highlight it. And as you can see, the image is totally highlighted where I added that ink. Just trim it down to the size you want it, add embellishments, and you're done.